What's going on, YouTube? This is What Would Josh Do, and this is a super exciting video because this is the new Anker Nano charger, and we haven't had a new Anker Nano charger in a while. And yesterday I searched Amazon, I searched newest releases, and what did I freaking see? I saw this beautiful little thing here. Now, almost all my power banks are black, so I'd like to occasionally get something that's a little different. So I bought the color green, this one right here. So this is something that I purchased with my own money, and I genuinely could not be more excited to share this video with you guys. So this is for Apple, Samsung, and more. Of course, Anker's #1. There's just no arguing that. It's everywhere. They're amazing. They're awesome. You get 45 watts, which is the most exciting thing about this to me, because I have a Samsung S25 Ultra that can charge at 45 watts. I've got an iPhone 16 Pro Max that can charge at 30 plus watts. So that's super exciting about this guy. And then on the back, we have some additional information. We have safety listings. So this is the Anker Nano Power Bank 10K 45 watt built-in retractable USB-C cable. Now, retractable cables or built-in cables have been a controversy for several people in my comments. There is a group of people out there that despise these things. But you know what? Those people, whatever. Go buy your little power bank that doesn't have a built-in cable. Because I will always prefer to grab a power bank that has the built-in cable. There's just no arguing that. I will always resort to these guys. Like this right here. It's got the retractable cable and it's got the built-in cable. I will always gravitate towards those because guess what? If this cable stops working, I've got this cable. If this cable also stops working, I still got the old school USB-C port right there and a USB-A. I can still use the power bank. It is not a dead, useless power bank because it has ports on it. And I'm assuming that just like all of these USB-C, 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 USB-A, USB-C, I'm assuming that this one's also going to have a USB-C port where if you are hard on your cables and you break it, then yeah, maybe it's useless. But actually it's not because you've got that other port there. So let's take a look at this guy. Oh, would you look at that? It's got a USB-C port. Let me just find a... You know what? I use the built-in cables so much that I don't really have very many... Here we go. I found one. Boom. I can still use this as a normal power bank if my kid breaks this or if I'm hard on stuff. And if you're hard on cables, maybe don't get one with the built-in cable. Or maybe get one with the built-in cable and then use this whenever you break it. So there you go. You got two options. You can use fast USB-C if you want to charge something quickly. And if you want to charge something slow, like, you know, AirPods or something that doesn't charge very fast, use that. Don't use that for like a phone or tablet unless you absolutely have to, like this port's being used and this port's being used, because that's going to charge your phone really slow compared to this guy. And if you have an old iPhone, Anker sells these little 1-foot USB-C to Lightning. This is going to fast charge any of those older iPhones, unless it's like a super old phone. So you're just going to plug in the USB-C, and then boom, you've got a fast charge Lightning port. And then when you finally upgrade to an iPhone 15 or newer, you've got that built-in freaking... That thing is long too. Oh my word. That sucker's long. I did not expect that. That's super convenient. I've actually enjoyed the length of this one quite much. So this that's quite awesome. But yeah, it just retracts right in there. All right, take a look at the rest. Let's see if there's anything else in here. There's an instruction booklet, and that's it. All right. Okay, so we have the box, and then we have the charger. I was trying to get a good thumbnail. Oh, there was some more stuff here on the bottom of the box. So we have the model number. Model number is going to be A1638. You can also see it right here as well. All right, and then taking a closer look at it, of course, we've got that retractable cable that can retract to many different lengths, and my camera settings are off. My bad. I haven't used this camera in a while to film a video, and apparently some settings got messed up, but it is what it is. We've got the power bank. We've got a button on the side here. We've got a little lanyard that can be removed if you don't want it, but I prefer it because it's something to hold on to, and also it's easier to find it if you lose it, which this is kind of a chunky beast. I'm gonna be honest, like it's small, but it's chunky. Like we'll compare it to the older 30-watt Nano here. I was so impressed with this guy. When this came out, it had 30 watts of input and 30 watts of output. Man, this was literally the best. And then Anker knocked it out of the park and released this guy, which is 30 watts in, 30 watts out. And you can charge it with the wall. So I still really like this guy. And then they absolutely crushed it with this guy. This guy's got a nice little screen that tells you exactly how many watts is going out and how many watts is going in. And you can also charge an Apple Watch. But even if you don't have an Apple Watch, it's super nice to be able to see exactly how many watts are going in and out without having the expensive adapters and carrying extra things on you. So, of course, we've got that. We've got like some like texture here. It's like it's just a different texture. This is smooth. And then on the back, we've got a bunch of information. I'll let you pause that and read that. It's just going to have all the specifications and outputs and ports and serial number and all that good stuff. In fact, I went ahead and took a picture of it because after you have your power bank for a while, you start to wear off your text and stuff. And Anker does have some recalls on some of their power banks, such as this one right here. And I need to return this one. But anyways, going back to the device, we've got the power button there. Press it again, and it switches between all the different screens there. So battery temperature, optimal, and then percentage and battery health. Okay, cool. So 0 cycles at the moment. And then we also have this guy. This is something I recently purchased and made a video on. So if you want to check that out, I have a separate video on it. But basically, we could just use that cord and we can plug it into the available USB-C port here. And then on the power bank, we get some really good information here. We get the percentage and the time remaining until it's charged. It's interesting that it doesn't show the watts, but this little guy does. I don't understand that. Maybe it's on a different screen. Oh, okay. I played the fifth. That was... You do get the wattage, which is absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Man, I'm so sorry about my camera settings, but I'm already recording. I can't exactly redo the unboxing. So 29 watts, 30 watts of input. That's pretty awesome. And then we also have C2 and the USB-A. So we have 3 ports available. Battery health, excellent. Like obviously. This is going to change as the heat of the device increases. So it will eventually slow down. Maybe. Depends if it can handle charging all the way at 30 watts. Now, it says it has input and output at the same time. So let's do this. Let's unplug that. Let's use one of the built-in retractable cables that I love so freaking much. And let's plug it into that input port here. And we should get the same exact results. So this is showing the wattage that is going into the power bank. So 30 watts, press the button. And it says C2 is receiving 30 watts. So I was using a power bank and I was lowering it. So let's go ahead and plug it into that to charge that. All right, so it says it's currently charging the power bank. Now let's switch that around and let's change it to a phone. So there it is going back to its full 30 watt speed. And let's plug in this phone that I purposely kept low to make this video. And it just says charging, not fast charging or super fast charging or anything like that. So if we press the button here, it says we have 15 watts going into the power bank and we have 7 watts going out. So please be advised, this will not fast charge if you have pass-through charging going on, if you have it enabled. That is so blown out with the... Wow, okay. This camera that I'm recording, I bought in 2013, so yeah. It's a little old now. So yeah, it's not the greatest for pass-through charging, so it can do it. And honestly, if you're leaving it overnight or if you're at work or school or you're going to be somewhere for a while, then it doesn't really matter. You can ultimately have one cable that's going into this, and this is charging this device, and then it's fully charging this. So that's a convenience thing. It's just definitely not going to be fast. And then when we unplug it, it goes back up to full speed again. So it says it's going to take 2 hours to fully charge. And this is a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank. So obviously pressing it goes through all the screens. What about double pressing? Port A has activated trickle charging mode. Oh, I love how they're super specific with that. So what that means is this port right here, you're going to be able to plug in some AirPods or like a gaming controller that only charges on like 1 or 2 watts, and it's going to continuously supply power. Because if you were to plug in without it enabled, there's a chance that it would be like, oh, it's only drawing 1 or 2 watts, it's done charging, we're going to turn off that port. So you'll definitely want to use that trickle charging mode if you're going to power something that's, charges slowly. And then you just double press it to turn it off, the little thing goes away. Double press to turn on, and then double press to turn off. So, pretty convenient. All right, let's let this thing charge up. All right, so the charging has slowed down absolutely significantly, just down to almost nothing. The power bank is currently at 83%, so I'm going to go ahead and unplug it and start doing my tests. All right, so we're going to test the protocols that this guy has by plugging in a tester, and then we're going to use the built-in cable that it comes with and plug it into the port here. All right, so we plug that in. And we go to the protocols here. And then we start it. All right, so we got the usual quick charge 3.0. So we have FCP, we have SCP, we have AFC, and the most important one, we have PD3, 45 watts. And we have a very solid PPS range. I know a lot of you are going to be excited about that. 3 volts, 5 amps, or 3 volts, 3 amps, or 3 volts, 2.25 amps. So lots of ranges there. So we should be able to charge a Samsung at super fast charging 2.0. That's super exciting. All right. So I purposely have my S25 Ultra at a very low battery. So we're going to plug it up and see how fast it can charge. That's already a really good sign to see that super fast charging 2.0 there. I'm going to go ahead and unplug that and show you again. So plugging in the bottom of the phone and super fast charging 2.0. Let's freaking go. And I have this fancy tester. I made a video on it. It's a Power Z. Just search Power Z and what would Josh do and you'll see it. But so it says it's currently outputting on C1 there. And if we press the button, it'll tell us exactly how much. So 41 watts, bro. 41 watts? What the heck? That's so awesome, dude. This thing's gonna, what, 42? This thing's gonna super fast charge our Galaxy S25 Ultra. So in an hour, we'll have a fully charged battery. So this is just beyond exciting. This guy right here is the fastest Nano out right now. Just go through the screens here. We have excellent because we just have the 1 charge. Optimal. And yeah, so this is super freaking awesome, dude. What the heck? That's great. So 40 plus watts going to our S25 Ultra. All right, so we want to use this for our Steam Deck. Our Steam Deck charges at 45 watts. And there we freaking go, dude. What the heck? That's so exciting. So yeah, we're charging our Steam Deck at its full speed right now. That is just awesome. I wonder if there's any advantage to using a different cable. So right now we're going to connect a 5 amp 140 watt cable to the USB-C port on the side of it here, or on the top actually. So take a look at that. We're getting 43 watts to our Steam Deck right now using this cable. So really the cable it comes with is actually pretty decent. I mean, obviously it's built into it. It's the one you have to use unless you carry around another cable with you. But there doesn't seem to be any reason to do that. So unless you want to charge a second device, but when you charge a second device, it's going to charge kind of slow. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that. So we got the Let's Connect It iPhone 16 Pro Max. I have like battery settings enabled, so it's not going to charge super fast right now. Plus it's at a higher charge. We could definitely see 30 plus watts though, as you can clearly see down here. But what if we want to charge another phone at the same time using the built-in cable? So yeah, you're going to absolutely tank your speeds when you connect multiple devices. So let you take a look at that. We've got 8 watts and 7 watts, so about 16 watts there. And then if we look here at the testers, we've got this one showing 7.7 and this one showing 7.3. So yeah, this is not a multi-device charging power bank. Like, it can, but it's just going to do it slowly. If you've got all the time in the world, then sure, do it. Because, yeah, I mean, technically, you know, we've got 3 different ports here, so we can take this one and charge up our controller here. Now we've got 3 different outputs, and it reflects that here by saying 7, 6, and 4 watts, respectively. So yeah, once again, this can do multi-device charging, but it does it very slowly. Where this power bank shines is definitely its ability to push out 45 watts to a single device, and is fast charge Samsung phones, fast charge the latest iPhones, fast charge the older iPhones if you have a USB-C to Lightning cable, charge my Steam Deck at its full speed. You could even charge a laptop with this thing if it was your only choice. Like if this was full and you just needed that little bit of extra power to get through that meeting or that call or whatever, you can use this to do a lot of different things. I'm going to have a link to it in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a huge favor by giving the video a thumbs up. It's a small favor to ask for, but if a lot of people utilize the rating feature, it can push this video to more people's YouTube recommendations and more people will see this video and whether this is for them or not. Please follow me on my different social media accounts. All of them are at What Would Josh Do? And I'm most active on my YouTube community page at the moment. So just go to my profile, click posts, and just regularly check that. This is What Would Josh Do? And I'm out.